Hello, everybody. This is Teacher Cole. I am the host of Conquering at Homeschooling. I am a private teacher. I teach online and I teach a lot of interesting courses. Today, I'd like to talk about homeschooling high school. So, I've gotten a couple questions about this. Just so you know, I have done a previous video about homeschooling and how it relates to college and the military. Feel free to look up that video. So today we're going to talk about high school. Now, to start with, both of my children, well, two of my three children, have high school homeschool diplomas from me. They do not have GEDs, and both were accepted into college and the military with that and a high school transcript. So, again, reference, go look for that video if you're curious about that. But the questions I'm getting about high school is should I or shouldn't I? Will it affect their ability to go to college, or how does transferring of credits work? So, before I start, I will once again mention that I only know about US law. So, if you're in another country, please look up the laws for your country. Now, having said that, each state has different rules about homeschooling. I highly suggest that you look up the website hslda.org. It will tell you the laws and rules for each state specifically. But there is a general field of not study, but a general rule that if you're going to homeschool through high school, you should think about homeschooling the entire high school years. Why? Most schools will not accept the homeschooling credits. So if you do 2 years of high school and then you put your kids back into high school, public school, private school, starting, let's say, junior year, 10th grade, 11th grade, more than likely they will have to start back at ninth grade, the freshman year of high school. They will not accept any of your credits. Now, don't let that worry you too much. I know this from personal experience from when I was actually in high school myself, and some of my friends, and talking to some of my colleagues who were high school teachers. This happens when you transfer from public school to public school also. For example, I went to a public high school. I transferred high schools mid-school year. And I transferred to a different district, but it was a district that was only 15 minutes away. It was a neighboring city that just happened to have been a different district. Most of my high school credits did not transfer, and this was from public school to public school. They have complete autonomy on what credits they want to accept, even from public school to public school. I had to redo quite a few credits. Even when I did mid-year, I was an honor roll student with AP classes. So I had advanced placement classes. And midway through the year, I was an honor roll student, all A's, and I first report card of the year, I walked away with D's and F's. And that was because when I transferred, it was 2 weeks before midterms, and they would not accept the grades from my school. So whatever grade I got for the 2 weeks I was there was the grade that showed up on my report card. So, uh, needless to say, that really turned me off about high school after that point. So, even if you go from high school in your area to another high school in another district, a lot of those credits won't transfer either. Each school has autonomy. So just remember this. If you're going to homeschool through high school, it is to the benefit to just finish the full 4 years. Now, there are things you need to know about this. You need to do a high school transcript. I will show you the form that I did. Here you can see I got this offline, online. I don't even remember where, it was so many years ago. But it's a cumulative. This is just a standard high school transcript. It's cumulative. It has my student's name, it has his address, all the information, and then the courses he took, the credits earned, and the grade that he earned. Okay. And I just used a standard process. It wasn't that difficult. Now, how do you do this? How do you know what classes to take? The easy way to do this, and this is exactly what I did, I just went online and I Googled high school requirements for XYZ high school or XYZ school district, whatever district you're in. It will tell you the minimum credit requirements to graduate public school in your district and the minimum amount of courses in each subject or credits that they have to have. I just use this as my guideline. I figured this way, if they went off to college and there was questions, they didn't question, well, why did he have equivalent of 15 credits and why don't you have enough literature or English or science? This way I just followed a standard format. So this worked out really well because I had the minimum requirements and then of course we went beyond that, but this was, his basic starting plan, which made it easy. And then I just filled those in. So this is all you really have to do. Always keep, I keep a yearly binder of samples of work. So tests, projects, samples of writing, things like this you keep in case it's ever asked for. And also remember, please look up the HSLDA. You might have testing requirements. Another good resource for high school, and we use this a lot, we used Coursera, Udemy, and Sailor. All three of these websites have free classes. Udemy and Coursera, they're the audit option, so you don't take the actual tests or they're not graded. I just gave my kids the test. I had them do all the work. We kept the syllabuses as, records of what he did. I screenshotted everything. So they still did all the work. The nice thing about Sailor is the classes are free, but take a look at it. There are a lot of accredited courses there. If you pay for the proctored test, last time I checked, it was around $25. You actually earn the credit, which can be applied to college. So some of their courses are college accredited and can be used to transfer to a transcript into college. So for $25, you basically got a college credit. And they had things like algebra and some science classes and some literature classes. So definitely look into that. Again, it's a great pathway to college. Do remember that some colleges, even Ivy League colleges, they do seek out homeschooled kids. So because they tend to perform better. So don't worry about this either. Again, both of my students got into college, no problem, and the military. Do look at that. So just remember, if you're going to homeschool through high school, it is a 4-year commitment, unless your student is going to be starting over or redoing a lot of classes. You can do the high school homeschool diploma. Colleges accept this with a transcript and samples of work. Or you can always do the GED route. This works as well. So I hope this has answered some of those questions. I've gotten quite a few of them. There's been a lot of confusion. Another site you can try is kathyduffyreviews.com. This has helped me out a lot when I've wanted to look at different types of teaching materials or different methods of teaching. But high school is a little different. It's a little more self-paced. It's a little more working on their own. This is why we like the Coursera, Udemy, and Sailor. They could pick all these special courses and do all these interesting things. So just remember, if you're going to teach high school, it will more than likely be a complete 4-year commitment. I hope this has helped you. I look forward to seeing you again. Don't forget, Conquering at Homeschooling, where we talk about our triumphs, our fears, we share our successes, and we support each other in our at home learning journey. See you later. Goodbye.